best sports in Lorain. That's TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
It's week 9 of high school football. Good evening, everyone. From George Daniel Field, I'm Ron Bacalar. My partner tonight is Barry Buck. Our cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. And tonight, the Admirals play host to the Bearcats of Bedford. And Barry, tonight, if the Admirals can pull this one out, and then next Saturday afternoon against Southview, it will give them the winningest season that they've had in 21 years of high school football. Your thoughts on the game?
Well, you know, Ron, just watching Bedford warm up, they look awfully athletic, and I think it's going to be a case where if the Admirals get up early, Bedford's going to be one of those teams that have trouble coming from behind, but if they get up on the Admirals, it could be a long night. So I think whoever scores first and takes control of the game early is going to determine who does the winning.
All right, the Admirals are 5-3 on the season coming into the game tonight. The Bearcats are 4-4. The Admirals won the toss of the coin. They will receive, defending the north goal. The Bearcats will kick off to start the game and will defend the south goal. And we'll have the start of that game right after these important messages.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Some of the best people you'll ever meet are LCCC students.
We have great academics, dedicated professors, affordable tuition, and a university partnership.
The opportunities are endless. LCCC credits transfer, and the UP has more than 30 programs right on campus.
I've got a job I love. LCCC helps make it a real future.
We need graduates who are prepared and ready to get ahead, so we turn to LCCC.
Real education gets real results.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campan of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Hi, Mr. President. My parents believe that eating meals together will make our country strong. Is this something that you did when you were a kid?
I did eat with my family so long as my mother wasn't cooking.
It's not good making fun of your mother, even if you are president, but it is good to have dinner with your kids. We know the more often children have dinner with their families, the less likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. So simply having dinner together can help your children forever, even if you're not a great cook.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Your lawnmower needs serviced. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
And we're back at George Daniel Field, all set to get this football game underway. Doing the kicking off for the Bearcats, Anthony Miller. Deep receivers for the Admirals. On the near side, Chris Kimbrough. On the far side, I'm thinking that has got to be Harrison. And the ball into the hands of John Gerber. Gerber brings the Admirals to a 1st and 10 on their own 42.5.
The kids are saying it's Bedford's ball.
Oh, a
one of the
fumble
kids
on
is
the play.
pointing that Bedford has it.
Well, the officials are unpiling that, and that would be a disaster to begin this ball game.
The guy's down on his knees.
Here's the instant replay.
It is Bedford.
Oh, my.
Bedford's got the ball to start.
And the replay brought to you by the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. And this is going to be a test for the Admiral King defense.
We'll see it on the big screen here, Ron. I don't see the ball out yet, but they're doing a lot of hooting and hollering. I see a kid diving at the end looking for it, so, and 32 lets the 32 lets them know early that it's their ball, so.
Quarterback for the Bearcats is number 1, Bruce Edwards, a 6-foot senior, 160 pounds. The tailback is number 25, Jarrell Hodge, a 150-pound senior.
There's a penalty on 77. The right tackle moved early, so. You know, Ron, it's interesting how you watch, like, whatever happens in college, it kind of trickles down into the high school. Now we're all going with the running quarterback and silent counts and everything. I really think that part of the football game is going to kill the pro game as far as a quarterback. You don't have anybody. Look at all the Heisman Trophy winners, the great college quarterbacks. They can't make it as pro quarterbacks. Oh, a little flea flicker, Ron.
Bruce Edwards, the quarterback, lets it go down the field and out of the hands of his receiver, Antion Addison, a 160-pound senior.
That was
6
touchdown.
points written all over that ball.
Oh, he must have had some of that chili from the concession stand. Because that ball was, that quarterback did everything. Now we're going to see the penalty. I think our cameraman went back one play here, but we're going to see the play here, and it was well designed. I mean, that's what you do, Ron. You got them on the ropes. You don't know if they're ready to play defense, and you come out with the flea flicker.
2nd down and 15 for the Bearcats. And we have another flag and another 5-yard penalty marched off against the Bearcats. Illegal procedure is the call. So it's going to be 2nd down and 20.
You know, Ron, you don't see that very often. That penalty was called by the umpire. Usually the procedure penalty is called by the referee or the linesman. More than I've ever seen an umpire call that. So now it's 2nd and 20. We do have that part on the...
By the way, the official time is being kept on the field since the clock on the scoreboard is not operating effectively. The ball carrier, Jarrell Hodge, knocked out of bounds on the far side. That'll bring up a 3rd down for the Bearcats.
Ron, they've got tired of the shotgun. They went to the center to get the snap right. And number 20 did not block Adrian Casey. And kid turned the corner for about 8 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13. And this is what the Admirals need to do, Ron. They could have easily been down 6-0 early, and they need to stop this one.
And a bad snap picked up by the quarterback. He's going to run out with it. Not going to get the 1st down as he crosses the 35-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down, and of course the Bearcats, you would have to say, are in 4th down territory.
Yeah, they're not going to. Punting would, and no field goal, you got to go for it. And if worst comes to worst, Ron, this is about where the Admirals would have had the ball from the kickoff. I think this is, they fumbled it 10 yards up further, but this would be good if the Admirals can hold it here.
4th down and a long 6 yards for the Bearcats. Ball is on the Admiral King 33-yard line. Split wide to the near side is Antion Addison, who dropped that long touchdown pass. Quarterback Edwards back to pass, and this time he does connect with Addison, and it's a complete pass and a 1st down for the Bearcats. The ball on the Admiral King 11-yard line.
Ron, it's just a simple slant pattern. He breaks it off. The quarterback's got plenty of time, lays it out there nice and slow. Nice pass. I thought for a minute he was going to bobble this one. It looked like he had his hand under it, but pretty hard for that guy to call it from behind. Ron, it's 1st and 10. They can get the ball to the 1. Well,
Hodge, the ball carrier, picks up a couple of yards on the play.
We were talking about how things are cyclical or repetitive in high school football. I see Bedford makes their quarterback run 30 yards to get the play. Could never quite understand how that happens.
Ball is on the 7-yard line, a pickup of about 5 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and a long 5. Ball carrier is Antion Addison.
Admirals have the ball.
Wow. There's a break.
2-yard line. That ball came flying out of there.
Instant replay by the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. We'll be able to see it close and up front.
Nice block. He turns it inside, and right here, there it goes. Another foot run, and the Admirals got the ball on the 20.
20, yeah.
They recovered it on the 1-foot line. Now they have to be careful. You need to get the snap off. You need to get a couple of yards, so probably look for a quarterback sneak here.
Chad Hall is the quarterback. 2 running backs, Anthony Harrison and Chris Kimbrough.
There's a surprise.
And the Admirals calling a timeout. And again, just a reminder, the official time is being kept on the field. The clock on the scoreboard is not operating effectively this evening, so we cannot give you any indication as to how much time is left in the quarter. There is no score, I can tell you that. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. The Lorain School Employees Credit Union wants to help you enter the end zone. Now, in financial terms, That's the green zone. You can earn a higher rate of return with the Lorain School Employees Credit Union Certificate of Deposit. You call the play and you pick the terms, and they will provide the blocking with the best rates in town. Open the playbook and call the Lorain School Employees Credit Union at 282-4600 and talk with their CD coach. Put it in the end zone every time with Lorain School's ECU Certificate of Deposit. On the first down, getting the ball up close to the 5, about the 4-yard line.
It's hard to see those numbers again,
yes,
Ron.
It is.
You know, it's just very difficult from that distance. It looks like 35.
To Harrison.
I would have guessed that's where the ball was going, but real difficult to. He got 3 yards, so it's 2nd and 7, and that's what you need, is just to get a little bit of yardage, get a first down.
Harrison in motion, coming near side, gets across the 10-yard line. He may have enough for that first down. And by the way, Anthony Harrison, we had the good fortune last Saturday, or last Friday, I should say, to see him break the all-time rushing record for a season in that game against Warrensville Heights, and we had indicated that the previous record was held by Eric West back in 1994, and we need to correct that. It was 1984. So Eric West held the rushing record for a season since 1984, broken last week by Anthony Harrison. And all the yardage picked up now in this game, and next week, Saturday, will be just icing on the cake.
You know, Ron, in the first series that Bedford had the ball, they had 2 penalties, a drop pass, and a fumble. It's hard to win football games. Given the ball inside the 40 to start the game, they have 2 penalties, a drop touchdown, a fumble on the 1-foot line. Pretty difficult to beat teams like that. Now the Admirals just need to come out and just do exactly what they're doing, getting 4 yards at a time.
Ball is on the 17-yard line.
Ooh, big hit there.
Chris Kimbrough breaks away, but he is going to be brought down.
He fumbled. They're saying he's down. That ball went loose. That was a big hit there to start that run, and then he broke away from that. Somebody puts a big lick on him right there with a linebacker, and he knocked him down. But yeah. 89 for Bedford.
87, I do believe, was the one who made the ultimate tackle, Mitchell Kelly. And 89 is the middle linebacker, Justin Willis.
235 pounds, and the running back just kind of put him on his butt. So big collision, no damage, 3rd and 8.
Loss of a yard on the play. Anthony Harrison, the ball carrier, gets across the 20-yard line. That'll bring up a...
They're close. I think it's short, though.
4th down.
You know, Ron, it's hard to run...
Or first. They do have the first down.
It's hard to run wide on a team that's as quick as you are. You know, Admiral King in some of the games can get out to the corner and outrun their opponents, but Bedford's going to be as quick as they are.
First and 10 for the Admirals. Anthony Harrison, the ball carrier, gets across the 25-yard line, fighting for yardage.
And, you know, Ron, they're moving, and, you know, it's back to the old adage, move the pile forward, you know, fall forward. You're always going to get at least, I mean, most of the running backs are 6 feet tall, so you're going to get another yard, yard and a half if you fall forward. And they've got 5 on that play, so...
Second down for the Admirals. About 6 yards for the first down. Harrison in motion, gets the pitch, and he's got the first down. He's got open ground. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. He's to the 20, being chased from behind and brought down inside the 5-yard line.
How many times in your broadcasting career of Admiral King have you seen an Admiral King tailback caught from behind?
Not too often.
I mean, that kid came on a sprint and got him on about the 5. And that's just a great run by Harrison, but he's up again. Ronnie went inside, see that, and then he just broke it, and then it was off to the races. And watch this kid come from nowhere. Look at him catching the ground. Look at him, and he just gets him. And that's usually where you'll see a fumble, because there's a running back you're not expecting to be caught from behind.
That was Antion Addison who dropped the touchdown pass that was thrown to him. So maybe his way of redeeming.
Now that will get you back into the graces of a coach, because that's just pure flat-out hustle to come back and catch him from behind.
Harrison, the ball carrier. No gain on the play. It's now 2nd and goal from the 5.
I'll tell you, Bedford's got some big guys there in the middle run, and they put some hats on people. That big linebacker is just, that's the 2nd time. Be nice to have a 235-pound middle linebacker.
And this time just shy of the goal line. Anthony Harrison?
Yes.
Anthony Harrison, the ball carrier.
We'll see him again, and
there he goes.
And he just bounced it out and almost made it. That's a good run, and puts the Admirals in, I guarantee they're in 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Unless they found a kicker in the last couple weeks, I would think they're going to run this ball in.
Ball looks to be on about the 1-yard line.
They better hurry. They might get a delay a game penalty here.
John Gerber in at fullback.
There's no signal. There it is.
There it is. John Gerber with the handoff from Chad Hall into the end zone. The Admirals get on the board first, 6-0.
That kind of a deal there, Ron, will remind you of the old Woody Hayes days, where tailbacks carry the ball all the way down to the 5 and then just give it to Pete Johnson. And he scores 50 touchdowns, but has a total of 150 yards rushing for the year. They're going to line up and go for 2 here. There's another flag. That's the first one on the Admirals. That's usually a motion penalty. Offsides on the defense. Moves it a little bit closer.
That'll bring it half the distance. Boy, I just got something caught in my throat. Wow. Might have been chilly.
I was going to say, is there a surprise what that was?
Oh, my. All right, take 2 on the extra point attempt, or in this case, points, and there they are. Anthony Harrison puts 2 more on the board. The Admirals leading 8-0. And as you indicated, Barry, at the top of the show, whoever gets on that scoreboard first has the better chance.
And that's an impressive drive, Ron. That's 99 yards that the Admirals went down the field.
Yes, absolutely.
Probably took at least half the quarter and went 99 yards for a score. But how many was that long runs? At least 60?
At least.
But still, they got it out from under their own goalpost and methodically moved it down the field, broke one, and then took 3 plays to get it in. That's an impressive drive to go 99 yards.
In fact, I would think it would be more like 70 in that vicinity on that run by Anthony Harrison. And as we pointed out, every yard that he picks up in this game and next week Saturday is just icing on the cake, as he established the new rushing record last week against Warrensville Heights. Darius Smith will be kicking off for the Admirals. Deep receivers for the Bearcats, Antion Addison and Jarrell Hodge. And that one is going to go out of bounds.
If you're going to squib it, why not squib it down the center of the field? Let it roll around somewhere versus squibbing it out of bounds, and now you give Bedford the ball on the 40 for the 35.
First and 10 for the Bearcats on their own 35-yard line. Admirals with the lead, 8-0.
And again, we have no time idea what the time is because the game clock is on the field. It's a nice run there.
Ball carrier Jarrell Hodge, the tailback, picks up a first down for the Bearcats.
Miles Jones on the tackle to make his father happy, the homecoming king. Because I guess Mr. Ferguson referred to him as the homecoming queen last week, and his father said he's had nothing. There's a case where that boy got all of his looks from one parent. Big hit there.
Right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a no-gainer, bringing up a 2nd and 10.
You know, Ron, with the back judge keeping the game clock, I would think you're going to have to be at least 50 seconds before you get a delay of game penalty.
That was the fullback, Justin Willis, a senior, 6'2", 235 pounds, and he hit that line and went absolutely nowhere, like a brick wall. Down he went. Ball, whoa, and a bit of movement on the offensive line there, one of the tackles.
That's the second time.
Ivan Blackman.
You know, Ron, if you watch the Admirals, they're switching defensive ends, going strong side, weak side. They're walking in the neutral zone. They need to switch from behind the line of scrimmage, not in front of it. They could get a penalty there for being in that neutral zone. They did it. They didn't do it this time. They must be lined up correctly.
Handoff is to Hodge. Hodge trying to find some running room, and down he goes. Maybe a couple of yards on the play, but
He bounced it out and made a nice spin move, but the Admirals were all over that. Miles Jones again.
Bearcats now with a 3rd and 11. John Gibbons, the head coach for the Bedford Bearcats. Mark Campo, the head coach for the Admiral King Admirals. Quarterback passing, and it's intercepted off the hands of the receiver.
This could be 6, Ron.
Vincent Lee into the end zone for the touchdown. Vincent Lee, 6 more for the Admirals.
And we see the official running back to get his beanbag, and he'll tell you where it started, Run. So at the 37, so he went 63 yards. And we'll see the play on the instant replay again. It goes off of one defender, a tip drill right into his hands. And we'll see a nice block down here. I think it's Adrian Casey throws a nice block right there. Just get in front of him, nothing silly, 6 points.
The intended receiver for the Bearcats, Leon Chambers, a sophomore. The Admirals without a place kicker, going for the 2 extra points. And the pitch comes to Anthony Harrison. He's going to be shy. Knocked down about the 1-yard line. Making the stop on that play for the Bearcats, Mitchell Kelly. So the Admirals have a 14-0 advantage over the Bearcats. We are still in the first quarter, and again, if you're just joining us, the scoreboard clock is not operating this evening, and the official time is being kept on the field by the officials.
Well, Ron, with as many running plays as we had, it's got to be close. Now, usually they'll signal to the bench. They'll tell them that there's 2 minutes left, or we'll see the play again. We'll see a couple of nice blocks. He had a posse out in front of him when he got there, and it was it's always nice to have the defense score.
The Buckeyes were familiar with that last weekend.
Yes.
And another squib kick.
Admiral's got it.
In the hands of the Admirals.
It is Admirals.
They've got the ball.
You know, if we watch it on the replay, Ron, we'll watch the Admiral King player just following the ball, wait until it crosses the 50. He's trying to get it there, and the Bedford kid dove for it and missed it. The referee signals, the official signals the wrong way and then corrects himself. And it is, and as I said at the top, made me looking pretty good right now, Ron. My prediction of whoever scores first, and just it could snowball now. Bedford's got to come up with a big stop here, or it could be a long night.
All right, the Admirals have it 1st and 10 on the Bearcats' 49-yard line. Harrison in motion, gets the handoff from Chad Hall, picks up a couple of yards on the play before he is stopped by a host of Bearcat tacklers.
Now see, Ron, that would be a case where you just intercepted it, scored, got the ball back, go for the quick touchdown, go for the 6. But the Admirals don't throw the ball that well, so they're going to do what they do best, and that's run the ball.
Pickup of just a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. Harrison again in motion, gets the pitch from quarterback Chad Hall. Harrison finding a little more running room on the far side. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short yardage.
Ron, he was 5 yards on the Bedford side of the ball before he even made contact with a white shirt. We'll watch it here again on the replay. There's nobody out there. Look at that. He's got 5 yards before he even sees a Bedford player. And that's the end of the quarter.
Tackle was made by Wayne Matthews. So at the end of the first quarter of play, the score is Admiral King 14, Bedford nothing. Back after this.
Freedom to think for yourself.
To disagree with the government.
Freedom to be equal.
To be different.
Freedom to raise a family.
To marry the man I love.
The freedom to worship the God of my choice.
To live with dignity.
The freedom to be me.
To be whatever I want to be.
Defending freedom for over 200 years.
Back here at George Daniel Field, 2nd quarter action. The Admirals on top, 14-0. Chad Hall drops the ball, picks it up, and gets a couple of yards. Enough for a 1st down for the Admirals.
That's the old Fumble-Rooski play, Ron, where Nebraska did that and put the ball on the ground and picked it up. Throws the defense off.
Accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, I'm saying, I bet you if we ask Coach Campo, he'll say they practiced that a couple times this week. But he had good wherewithal to gather up the ball. Some guys would just fall on the ball, and that would have been a 4-yard loss, but he picked it up and went for it.
1st and 10 on the Bearcats' 38-yard line. Vincent Lee was in motion, but the handoff was right up the middle.
See it on the replay again.
Gain of 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Here's the first pass play into the hands of Chris Kimbrough. He's to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. The Admirals running away with the ball game. Still early, but they are doing a yeoman's job offensively.
And Ron, if we have any indication that scoreboard says 10:57, it may be back in operation. Just as the Admiral scored. Again, Bedford had nobody out there. He was standing, there wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him.
Trying to get some pursuit on Chris Kimbrough was Bruce Edwards, but a failing effort.
Short field, Ron, you're not going to catch him. They caught Harrison on his 80-yard field. They're not going to catch him on a 30-yard field.
Admiral's going for the 2, and the handoff is to Kimbrough or to
Anthony
Harrison, and he's in. He's got the 2 points. And the Admirals leading by a score of 22-0.
One of the coaches from Brookside of years ago, Mr. Huff, stood up and let me know that was a Brookside play. Mike Akers has brought that play over from Brookside, and he stuck around it, head around the corner, and he kept pointing to me until I looked at him, and he goes, "That's a Brookside play."
All right, we would like to take a moment to thank our stadium sponsors, Century Tel, Fligner's Supermarket, Amvet's Post 47, Scorcher's Casual Eatery and Draft House, Jack Kelly Insurance, Visual Expressions, VFW Post 451, Jim Carney, County Engineer, Lormet Credit Union, Biggie's Pub, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Lorain Port Authority, Yalas, and Alicios Pizza, Nielsen Jewelers, Jim Campana Incorporated, and Giardini Cook and Nicole Law Firm. Without these sponsors, this event tonight would not be possible. And we'd like to especially thank Biggie's Pub and Scorchers for supplying the outstanding delicacies up here in the press box. And another short kickoff, this time pounced on by the Bearcats' Micaiah Brown.
I think that's a proper term, because that ball hit him right in the chest. We'll see it here again. It hit him right in the chest, and then boom, and then he said, "Oh, I better just fall forward," and recovered it on the 50. They might have not gone. What are they doing here? Why are they kicking that over? Did not the
illegal procedure on the Admirals?
Didn't the ball go 15 yards? It went 10 yards?
Offside.
Oh, okay. I say he recovered it on the other side of the 50.
Well, the scoreboard clock now reads 70 minutes and 53 seconds, so we have to assume it is no longer operating. And a good kickoff this time, picked up on the 27-yard line and wrestled to the ground. Number 25, Jarrell Hodge.
My number 6 there, Gary Donald.
Well, by virtue of the fact that the Admirals had that illegal procedure, the Bearcats might have forgot that penalty and taken it on the 50, or is it automatic that it has to be?
I think that's a dead ball. I think that's a dead ball penalty. So they would have to take the penalty and take it again. But you're right, that would have been a 15, 16-yard gain for them.
In the shotgun, Bruce Edwards looking to pass. Almost tackled in the backfield. Another missed tackle this time. He's finally brought down by number 28, Miles Jones, after a pickup of about 5 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5.
I have this clock figured out, Ron. The seconds work. I just got to remember where we are in the minutes when it keeps flipping. When it gets to 0,
Dominic Hopkins, the ball carrier.
So right now we are at 9:55 in the second quarter. So I'll try to keep track of the minutes for us.
Bearcats advance the ball just over the 40-yard line.
And this is the last thing they need to do, Ron, is to give the ball back to the Admirals, because they have not figured out anything that the Admirals could do. We have a stoppage of play here. Got either an injured player or equipment 89.
And with timeout on the field, the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame is currently accepting applications for consideration for selection to the Hall of Fame. Applications and eligibility rules may be obtained online at www.lorainsportshalloffame.com or at the museum located at West 20th Street and Livingston Avenue. That's the St. Joseph Hospital building, or by contacting Ted Driscoll at 984-2802. Application deadline is October 31st. Edwards back to pass, looking near side. Now he's running with the ball, going backwards, forwards,
sideways.
Finally picks up the first down.
Well, Ron, he ran about 33 yards to get the 3 that he needed. But they have a first down.
On their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10.
And that's what they need to do right now. That's their best defense, is to keep the ball out of the hands of the Admirals.
We are in the second quarter, and the score is Admiral King 22, Bedford nothing. Handoff, and coming to the near side for the Bearcats is Shakiwa Magby.
We got a penalty. That penalty flag came flying. I'm not sure if it's a face mask or illegal block. At that spot in the game, it could be anything. It's going against Bedford.
Indeed.
Holding. So that'll be a spot foul.
And if the flag is about on the 50, that'll bring the ball back in the vicinity of the Bearcats' 40.
And we'll see it here. We'll see if we can get the penalty, who the hold is on. Well, I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking. Couldn't get it that close, but it was right in front of them, so they're going to get it to the 40. You're right. So it ends up being a 5-yard penalty run. In essence, it's 1st and 15, 1st and 14.
I would tend to go along with 1st and 14.
Clock's, again, temporarily, until he turned it on.
Well, it's showing 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
That's what I have, so.
The handoff this time to Jarrell Hodge. Hodge gets up to the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
I do now have the clock figured out, Ron. It's the first number that just keeps flipping. The second one says 8:27. That is the correct time.
Okay.
So it's just the first number that's going crazy. So once we get into the single digits, we're okay. So we have 8.
They got to give that first number a little rippling.
Yeah, 8:14 and counting.
2nd and 10 for the Bearcats from the shotgun. Edwards looking to pass. Lets the long one go down the field, and it is broken up in there.
Dropped
Intended
again
for Antion Addison. Good coverage
young man's
by the Admirals.
Got a lot of speed. I think that's a ball that should have been caught again. I mean, the coverage was there, but the pass was thrown perfectly.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Here's the instant replay.
Down the field, we'll see it. Hit him right in the hands. Good coverage, though, number 3.
Chris Kimbrough
was right there. But catch that should be made.
Edwards back to pass again, being chased in the backfield, and he is sacked. Big time on the 38-yard line. And that'll bring up a punting situation for the Bearcats as the Admiral King defense rises to the occasion.
You know, Adrian Casey's going to get credit for the sack, but there was somebody there ahead of him that made him turn up into Casey. We'll see a blitz coming. I think it's Kimbrough.
That was number 6 for the Admirals.
Gary Donald.
Gary Donald.
And his receiver went in motion, so he blitzed, and he made the quarterback step right up into Casey. And this is our first punt of the game.
Jarrell Hodge doing the punting from his own 25-yard line. Gets a high one away. And it's going to take a Bearcat bounce, and finally it will be down on the Admiral King 30-yard line, where King will take over now. 1st and 10. With 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter, if I'm reading the clock correctly.
Get rid of the 5. Now the Admirals need one of their patented, just drive the ball down the field, eat the clock up.
Absolutely.
In fact, Mr. Campos going into the mode. He's just sending the quarterback in right now.
Last year when these two teams met at Bedford, it was an Admiral King victory in overtime, 24-21. That was back when the Admirals had a kicker.
Nice cut.
And it's Chris Kimbrough picking up a first down for the Admirals, still on his feet as he continues to drive.
He made a nice cut there, Ron, almost at the line of scrimmage, which then allowed him to break it and to the short side, and a big gain and another first down. We'll see it here again on the replay.
Instant replay brought to you by the Lorain School Employees Credit Union.
You know, if Joe can run that back one more time if we get a chance, I want to show you the effort that 77 did. Maybe we can get it next time, but
here it comes.
We'll see. He made a block here. Now watch him come back into the picture. Look at him running down the field, still trying to put a hat on somebody. That's a great effort.
John Gerber, the ball carrier, brings the ball inside the 50-yard line in Bearcat territory.
And that's a 285-pound tackle, making the kick-out block, pulling, making the kick-out block, and then coming down the field 12 or 14 yards and trying to hit somebody again. That's a great effort.
Pickup of a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Admirals.
The fullback's got to go straight up this field.
We're down to 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The Admirals on top by a score of 22-0. Harrison in motion gets the pitch from Chad Hall, looking for running room on the far side, and he picks up a first down for the Admirals as he gets the ball up to the Bearcat 40-yard line.
You know, Ron, you watch the pros on Sunday, and they always have that quarterback rating, that efficiency rating. Well, right now, Chad Hall's throwing one pass for 45 or 50 yards for a touchdown. His efficiency rating has got to be way up there.
The officials spot the ball on the 41-yard line. Nevertheless, it's 1st and 10 for the Admirals as they keep their drive alive.
As I said a couple times already, Ron, the Bearcats have no solution to the Admirals' offense. Admirals can do, I think, anything they want to do right now.
Handoff this time is to number 45, Michael Taylor, with his first carry of the night.
That's at least, what, Ron, 4 different ball carriers? 5 if you count the quarterback. I mean, they can do anything they want to do at the moment. We got a timeout. Officials timeout, I think.
They're indicating 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, so apparently the clock is not correct.
I think their clock on the field is wrong. That one's running pretty good. He said 4 minutes.
He indicated like so. 4 fingers up. I didn't see a thumb. Again, Anthony Harrison.
Well, nice
he
dive,
was tripped up in the backfield, but broke away and got up close to the 30-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, depending on where they spot it.
And they're moving it back, so I think he's a foot short.
Well, I think they're going to have to bring the chains out if they're not quite sure.
Nope.
No, they're going to say 3rd down.
You know, Rod, that play right there will drive a defensive coordinator crazy. He did everything right. He had a blitz. He got the kid in the backfield, and he missed the tackle. Timeout.
Admiral King calling for a timeout, and the Admirals lead 22-0. We've got some town hall meetings coming up with Dr. Cheryl Atkinson, the superintendent of the Lorain City Schools and CEO. If you're watching us early, this first town hall meeting will be held this Tuesday, October 21st at Tony Morrison Elementary School. That's right there by the old Meister Elementary School.
Masson.
The brand new, or Masson.
Masson.
Right, Masson. Tony Morrison Elementary School. It begins at 6 p.m. That's Tuesday, October 21st. And then the final town hall meeting will be held Thursday of next week, or this coming week, October 23rd at 6 p.m. at Longfellow Middle School. Refreshments will be provided. So you have an opportunity to meet and greet Dr. Atkinson if you haven't already, and come prepared to ask questions and concerns that you might have about your Lorain City Schools. The pitch coming to Harrison, throws a pass and a flag.
It's going to be interference.
Pass was intercepted by Addison, and he's still being chased in the backfield, finally driven out of bounds, but there is a flag.
That's number 8.
Number 8. That would be Wayne Matthews. Wayne Matthews, a freshman, by the way.
6'2", 185. That's a good-sized freshman. But I think we're going to have pass interference on the defense. And in high school, that's 15 yards.
From the line of scrimmage.
Yes, and an automatic first down, I believe. I think the referee's trying to just... he was spotting the ball. He was ready to spot the ball in the spot of the infraction, and his partner said, I think we got to go back and mark it off.
And you indicated about Wayne Matthews being a 6'2", 185-pound freshman. His twin brother is also expected to see some action tonight. Number 36, Isaiah Matthews, a 190-pound freshman at 6'3". Now, them's two big boys.
Yep. Well, they got, if you look down, they got 2 freshmen that are 220 and 200. They got 4 freshmen on the varsity team over 180 pounds.
There's Chris Kimbrough, tripped up just shy of the 5-yard line.
Again, Ron, if we see this on the replay, he's 5 yards on the white team side of the ball before he even sees a jersey. I mean, it's 5 yards if he stops right there. Even longer than 5. I think he's a little disgusted with himself. I think he should have put that one in. But they're just moving him off the football, and Bedford just is not anywhere near the line of scrimmage.
Harrison gets the pitch. Harrison looking for that running room, trying to find it, going east, and he's in. North and South Harrison running east, gets into the end zone.
I think that time, Ron, we can say he ran northeast.
Northeast,
yeah. It looked like he got, maybe, if he got anything in, he got 1 foot. But he ran northeast that time. A little bit east, a little bit north,
a little bit east,
a little bit east,
north,
and northeast, 1 foot. So they call him Northeast Harrison now. Those guys know how to find that end zone, Ron. They know. And then Mr. Popiel told us earlier, Ron, that the Admiral King JV team is undefeated.
6-0, exactly.
And they go to Bedford tomorrow. Oh, broke up his efficiency rating.
The attempt for the 2 extra points was a pass play into the end zone and a little bit of
that's getting to be frustration on Bedford's part.
Rayshawn Morgan was the intended receiver on that 2-point attempt. So the score stands: Admiral King 28, Bedford nothing. And if you've got that clock figured out, then we're saying there's about 3:36 remaining.
But if you don't have it figured out, and they did it a minute ahead of time, so they've got 2:36 remaining. Because we had it at 5 minutes when they said 4. So, and you know what? If I'm those guys, I'm happy that clock's being kept on the field. 28-0. We're going to be playing about 9-minute quarters. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Right?
Who knows but the shadow?
I would hope that the Admirals do not do an onside kick again.
Darius Smith kicking off for the Admirals.
That's a smart
It's
kick.
a squib. And it's picked up on the 22-yard line by Addison.
Look out.
Addison breaking away from tacklers. Finally brought down over the 40-yard line, and a flag goes flying.
That could be a late hit on the Admirals. He's talking to 51, Brandon Medina. And I'm sure that he might be ejected. He might be taking him out of the game. And Mr. Campo is not happy. When you get escorted to the side like that, oh, he came way in late from behind.
First and 10 for the Bearcats. The ball on their own 44-yard line, and it's going to be advanced 15 yards.
You know, right now, if you had a picture of Mr. Campo, you would think he's losing 28-0, not winning 20-0. He is very unhappy.
And that advances the ball into Admiral King territory. The ball is on the Admiral's 41-yard line.
And Ron, if he is ejected, his season is over, because he would have to sit out 2 games. That was a motion penalty.
Back to pass, being chased in the backfield and sacked at the 45-yard line.
Sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us, Ron. And this ball, it's surprising it's not knocked loose more often. He's got that thing waving out there like an antenna.
Adrian Casey on the sack.
This should be the last. That clock is correct.
Second down and 15 for the Bearcats. Ball on the Admiral King 45-yard line. In motion, coming near side, number 24 is Sequoia Magby.
Now, if you see that play, Ron, he dropped it and picked it up and ran with it. So maybe that's the new thing, is to drop the ball and pick it up. And except for the Admirals giving Bedford the ball inside the 40, they've done absolutely nothing offensively to even threaten.
Edwards got the ball up to the 39-yard line, where it's going to be third down and about 8. And a timeout on the field.
And Joe's got the camera on the little cheerleaders down there on the sidelines. And there's a bunch of them.
Oh, we had a lot of them last Saturday when the little Southview cheerleaders from the camp being held at Southview High School. I mean, the whole track was filled.
Was there more than a plethora?
Definitely, a plethora plus. Say, if you are watching this game on this Friday night or early Saturday morning, you can enjoy a night of marching band music from local high school bands. Saturday, October 18th at George Daniel Field, being hosted by Lorain Admiral King Band and Orchestra Club parents. The concession stand will be open with refreshments. There'll be a bake sale, a 50-50 raffle. It'll be a great night. That's tomorrow night, Saturday. Loose ball picked up by Edwards, almost tackled in the backfield, lets the ball go, intended receiver, and a flag. There was another big mistake by the part of the Admirals.
That ball was overthrown, and he was 10 yards out of bounds when he hit him. Personal foul on the Admirals, and that just really has to infuriate. Look at Coach Campo. He is just beside himself. I mean, look at this ball. It's clearly overthrown.
He didn't have to push him. There was no need for it. Najaron Clipper.
And Rhonda, whatever drive they have, their best offensive weapon is a
the Admiral King
Admiral
football
King
defensive players.
That's 2 15-yard penalties. They would not have had a first down had it. You know what I'm thinking about the time? I think you missed the thumb. Because it's down to 58 seconds. I think you missed that thumb.
Could be.
It's a chili.
Yeah. First and 10 for the Bearcats on the Admiral King 24-yard line. Edwards again from the shotgun, back to pass, lets it go near side. It is grabbed and tackled immediately is Antion Addison.
Timeout again.
And the Bearcats stopping the clock. Say the Lorain Southview High School is currently taking applicants for the head cheerleading position for the winter sports season. Anyone interested in becoming the winter season, sports season head cheerleading advisor, contact Brian Corey at the Charleston Administration Center, located at 2350 Pole Avenue, Lorain 44052.
And we'll be back here next Saturday afternoon, Ron.
You and Jay Ferguson.
Shades of, I just meant WLC. Yeah, shades of the old days. And the Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock, Admiral King Lorain High. I still remember we used to have the same officiating crew come from Akron every year. The guy would tell me he waits all year for this game. Inter-city rivalry, Saturday afternoon, college kind of atmosphere. He said, I wait for this game.
Second down for the Bearcats on the Admiral King 20-yard line. Edwards again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Still looking, lets it go, and it is caught by Addison. Addison at the 6-yard line.
I tell you, Ron, that quarterback for Bedford throws a nice ball. He throws a nice tight spiral. We'll see it here again. He keeps his feet moving. He steps up. Every pass he's thrown has been a spiral. It's just whether his receivers can catch it or not.
Timeout on the field. The score 28-0. The Admirals on top. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Don't be penalized with low interest rates on your investment. Step up in the pocket and pass your funds to the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. They will tackle the competition so that you win the financial game of interest. You can choose a certificate of deposit and watch your APY score the maximum. Give them a call at 282-4600. That's 282-4600. Last Saturday we went out to eat to Bubba Q. Al Bubba Baker's place in Avon. Had his picture taken with my wife. That is a big man, a big man.
But you know, he's just a nice guy.
Oh,
just
like
friendly
a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Like a teddy bear.
I listened to him on the radio Monday night for the game, and he's just laughing. And I saw his van going down the road the other day, and it was painted orange and white. It had the white stripe down the, and it said Bubba Q's on the side, but it was orange and white.
Edwards back to pass again, lets it go, and just shy of the end zone. That ball will be spotted inside the 1-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Ron, if you hit the pylon, I thought it was a touchdown. Am I right, Joe?
He went out of bounds, so apparently the clock is stopped.
Let's see if he steps out of bounds.
No, the ball came down.
He hit that pylon.
Yeah.
And then that guy's right on. He's a little closer than I am, but
his body may have been there, but the ball was still on the field of play. And the fullback pulls into the end zone. That is Justin Willis. And the Bearcats, just as the first half is winding down.
It's been a long 5 minutes, Ron. I got to tell you that.
Puts the 6 points on the board.
Long 5 minutes, long 4 minutes, however minutes we've been playing. It's been a long time since he signaled what the time was. But he kept looking at his clock. I love the shoes on this kicker. He wants to be known. I guess they didn't have green shoes where he was buying them.
Anthony Miller attempting the extra point, a fake and a pass into the end zone. That's 2.
You think the Admirals didn't have that one covered?
Tyler Price taking that pass for the 2 extra points.
Watch this. We'll see the fake. You don't see a blue shirt anywhere. Look at this.
Well, if the clock is correct, there's 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play, and our score is 28-8. The Admirals now with a 20-point advantage thanks to the Admiral King defense.
Well, you know, there, Ron, as well as the Admirals have played for 22 minutes or 21 minutes, those last 3 minutes have to be pretty disheartening to the Admiral King coaching staff. The 2 cheap penalties, I don't know, a possible ejection, and then a blown coverage on the extra point. And that, at this point, doesn't mean anything, but it could have later on, and that you just need to not have those mistakes.
Anthony Miller will be kicking off for the Bearcats. A short, high kick, and it's pitched back to Chris Kimbrough, but and he breaks away from tacklers, still on his feet. Finally gets up to about the 34-yard line. Man, where the Admirals will and there's a flag.
He did it, Ron. They did it again. They just hit him from behind. You'll see this at the end, and I'm surprised the flag didn't come out sooner, but watch this near the end of the play, and one of the Admiral kids just hits this Bedford guy way late. Watch, he's tackled, and now, there it is. I mean, that's just, there's just no reason for that. There's no rhyme or reason when you're up 28-8, even when it's 8-8. I mean, we're in the 9th game of the year, Ron. You should not be getting penalties like that.
I agree. Ball is now spotted inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Admirals.
You know, and
I think what they need to do is just run out the clock.
With this series of events, the referees need to run out this clock.
And that's what's going to take place. Chad Hall takes the snap from center, takes the knee, and that'll bring the first half to an end with our score, Admiral King 28, Bedford 8. The Palace is a great place to sit back, relax, and enjoy your favorite movie. You know, with low concession stand prices, $3 movies, and one of the best sound and projection systems in this part of the country. The Palace is the place to be to enjoy great movies. Most weekends include a movie on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. For more information, you can call the Palace at 245-2323, or you can visit their website at www.lorainpalace.com. We'll be back.
Your lawnmower needs serviced. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
With new information, you can help prevent your child's next asthma attack. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS or visit noattacks.org.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campan of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Gold medal swimmer Amanda Beard.
When America's national symbol, the bald eagle, was threatened with extinction, we responded with the Endangered Species Act, a law which now protects more than 1,000 different species. But as some species recover, others become imperiled. Let us pledge to the next generation that we will help protect America's wildlife heritage for them.
Thanks, Amanda.
Join me and Defenders of Wildlife to help save something wild. Visit defenders.org.
Real education means great teaching.
Professors with real-world experience who care.
It means great jobs for recent graduates.
And being prepared for a great paying career.
That's why we hire LCCC graduates.
Low tuition, flexible classes, and LCCC credits transfer. LCCC is a great value.
Some of the best people you meet have something in common. Lorain County Community College and the University Partnership. Real education gets real results.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Hey, I'm Vanessa Carlton. Doing music at school has had a great impact on my life. I definitely wouldn't be making music now or be where I am today if it weren't for the training I got in class. If you have the opportunity to do music at school, take advantage. Making music takes people places, and you never know where it may take you.
I'm Bob Costas, and I've been broadcasting sports for a long time. Much of what I do is ad-libbed, but still one of the most important aspects of my job is being able to write. Narrations, essays, commentaries. It's essential to express those thoughts and concepts clearly and concisely. Good writing is essential for almost any career. And with today's advanced technology, the National Commission on Writing reports that the need to write well has never been more important. Writing is everybody's business.
All right, back here at George Daniel Field, second half action getting underway. The Admirals kicking off to the Bearcats, and a short kick picked up by Bedford. They'll have it 1st and 10, the ball on about their own 40-yard line. The Admirals with a 20-point advantage here in the ball game, leading 28-8. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Baccalar. My partner is Barry Buck. Our cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. And it's the Admirals playing host to the Bearcats of Bedford High School. And the officials are talking to quarterback Bruce Edwards from Bedford and John Gerber, the captain of the Admiral King defensive squad. Apparently want to keep this second half straight and narrow and just plain football. Edwards in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff on the keeper. And a loose ball.
And Bedford recovered it.
And it looked like it fell into the hands of Jarrell Hodge, who just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And instead of the Admirals taking the ball 1st and 10, the Bearcats have a 1st and 10 in Admiral King territory on the 46-yard line.
These guys are making me look pretty good, Ron. I had mentioned the fact that the ball was running around loose, and he carried it kind of loose and got popped out. And Bedford got a little momentum for the end of the first half.
This time Edwards does hand off. Ooh. Ball carrier is Jarrell Hodge.
Ron, we're going to see the instant replay. He got a pretty good lick from number 71. He happened to be in a white shirt too. He ran into his own player and took a pretty good shot here. Watch this.
Yeah.
Does he get a tackle for that, Joe? Does he get a sticker on his helmet?
Desmond Johnson, a 5'11 junior, big guy. Gain of 5 yards on the play, 2nd down and 5 for the Bearcats. Once again, the give is to Jarrell Hodge. He's got the 1st down as the Bearcats now come alive in this 3rd quarter.
You know, Ron, at halftime I went down and I know one of the officials, and I asked him if number 51 was ejected, and he said he just got a timeout. He said, I walked him over to Coach Campo and said, you got a choice. He doesn't play the 3rd quarter, or I throw him out right now. He said he will not play the rest of the game. So
Hodge, the ball carrier once again, and he is met right at the 25-yard line.
Theo Smith. And I have to correct myself, Ron. If you get ejected in a high school football game, it's only 1 game. Basketball is 2. Baseball is 2.
Gain of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Edwards looking to pass. On the reception for the Bearcats, Wayne Matthews. And a 1st down, ball on the Admiral King 21-yard line. Edwards under center, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, and connects in a lot of traffic.
There were a lot of bodies around that ball, Ron, and I think he's picking out little bigger targets to throw to now. We'll see on the replay. Ron, it's interesting how low he goes. He's got almost his knee is on the ground. That's a nice catch. That ball was thrown behind him. Number 25.
That is Jarrell Hodge. Gain of 8 again, 2nd down and 2. And we're going to have some movement on the part of the offensive line. Number 77 once again moving prior to the snap. That'll bring the ball back 5 yards and make it 2nd down and 7.
Should be 5 and 2. Got a beautiful view of the moon over there.
Clear sky. It is nippy out.
Yeah. It's supposed to be warm in here. They took the glass out of the windows here.
Hodge fakes the hand, or Edwards fakes the handoff, coming near side and driven out of bounds.
That could have been close to a penalty. It looked like number 6 or 8 was doing some...
Gary Donald on the tackle.
Doing some blocking in the back here, Ron. We'll see it on the replay as we get around the corner. Watch this wide receiver. See, number 8, he was just pushing him in the back, but incidental. Just a little bump. There's the moon. Nice job, Joe. Just the harvest moon, Mr. Bacalar, will it?
What, my name Dick Goddard? He understands all that moon business.
3rd and a foot. I would say
Dominic Hopkins, the ball carrier, picks up the 1st down for the Bearcats as they are now on the 7-yard line.
Tackle was by Nadgeron Clipper. I thought I saw number 40 there.
1st and goal for the Bearcats. Wayne Matthews split wide to the near side. In motion is Addison, and the give is to Hodge. Hodge gets up close to the goal line. Well spotted on about the 1.
Well, the Admiral King defender pushed him to the goal line. He tackled him kind of from behind. We'll see it here. And watch him shove him forward instead of meeting him square up. You'll see him push him, see him hit him in the back and knocked him 4 yards forward. And this is a great drive for Bedford. It came out after the touchdown right before the half, and driving it down the field, and he's not in yet.
Hodge attempting to get into the end zone. He is tackled shy of the end zone.
And Ron, I was kind of sure that the head coach of Bedford was the coach, used to be the coach at St. Ed's. So he brings with him a wealth of experience, and his son is the coach at Euclid. So John Gibbons used to be the head coach at St. Ed's. So he's been in some big football games and probably knows how to motivate his players, and we'll see what happens defensively if they can stop the Admirals.
No gain on that play. It is now Hodge again attempting, and this time the official coming in on the far side saying touchdown.
See, I find that, I don't know how he can see that from, this guy was right here, and this guy came from 40 yards away and called that. Now, he might have been in, but...
Here's the slow-mo on the instant replay, brought to you by the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. Yeah,
somebody stood him straight up. 48.
On the attempt for the extra point, it is up and good. So the score now, midway through the 3rd quarter, Admiral King 28, Bedford 15. The Admirals now with a 13-point advantage. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Red zone, end zone, O-zone. Got you confused? Make your next play a touchdown with a certificate of deposit at the Lorain School Employees Credit Union.
Their playbook has a CD rate that will score every time. You can call your own play by simply calling 282-4600. That's 282-4600, or stop by the office at 4459 Oberlin Avenue here in Lorain in the Concord Station. Anthony Miller will kick off for the Bearcats. Anthony Harrison and Michael Taylor, the deep receivers. Squib kick and a loose ball, and the Bearcats are going to get it. Shades of Admiral King back in the first half.
Referee took a tumble getting there. And they are giving it to the Bearcats.
Oh, absolutely.
This could be, if they go and score here, Ron, we could have a football game.
First and 10 for the Bearcats on the Admiral King 34-yard line.
That was not an onside kick run in any regard. It was just a squib, and it's still squibbing.
I mean, there's nothing but Bearcats around that ball.
Yep. And the referee came flying in there and took a little tumble for the good of the team.
Edwards hands off to Hodge. Hodge maybe a yard on the play.
And this is one way to keep the Admirals from scoring, Ron, is to not let them have the ball. We've played almost half of the third quarter, and they've yet to run a play.
Second down and 8 for Bedford. Ball on the 32-yard line.
It almost looks like, Ron, the coaching staff from Bedford just said, we're going to line up and see if we can't just knock it down their throat. They've gone to the snap under center, except for this one's a shotgun, but
Edwards back to pass. Long pass down the field, and it is intercepted by Vincent Lee, who ran one in for a touchdown in the first half. Vincent Lee breaking and finally driven out of bounds, having crossed the 40-yard line. A big break for the Admirals.
That was ill-advised pass there, Ron. They were moving the football, and he just kind of threw that up for grabs.
Here's the incident replay.
You know, I got to believe with this much time, somebody underneath had to be open, and he just let it fly.
Right there, more Admirals. 3 Admirals to 1 receiver for Bedford.
Yeah. He could have fair caught that ball. There was enough air under it, and that's what the Admirals needed, was a big stop, and they got the ball in great field position, and here we go. Give the ball to the guy that got you here and just keep running it.
From the 44-yard line, first and 10. Kimbrough in motion. Kimbrough is going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss on that play as the Bedford defense rising to the occasion.
That play was snuffed out from the beginning, Ron. It just, there were more white jerseys over there than blue ones. And right now, Bedford's playing a little inspired football.
Loss of 3 yards, second down and 13.
Number 1 made a great play to keep him from getting outside. 160-pound.
That's the quarterback, Bruce Edwards. This time, Anthony Harrison unable to pick up any yardage. He is met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That'll bring up a third down and 13.
I tell you, Ron, this
and a flag. There is a flag.
This Justin Willis at 6'2", 235 is quite a load for Bedford on the inside.
And that one is going to go against the Bearcats.
You know, Ron, except for their couple of motion penalties, they've been pretty clean. I think they had 1 hold penalty on a run, and now this is a dead ball foul. We'll see it here. We can see what happens.
And it's going to be a 15-yard.
This guy threw the flag, so it was unsportsmanlike. I don't know what that signal is. Wasn't personal foul, and it wasn't unsportsmanlike, so.
But it puts the ball in Bearcat territory. 1st and 10 for the Admirals on Bedford's 45-yard line. Harrison in motion. And a mix-up in the backfield as Michael Taylor loses the ball. Picked up by the Bearcats. They'll run it in for a touchdown, as it seems like the Admirals have discombobulated themselves and are letting the Bearcats back in this ball game.
Darius Lattimore, a 9th grader, 6'3", 220 pounds. You know, Ron, I looked down their roster. They have 18 kids over 200 pounds and 5 kids over 300. And that is not what the Admirals needed right there, especially after the interception. This play, again, was just snuffed out. The big kid in the middle made the 89, stripped it. Again, 89, a big load in the center. And a touchdown. And
Mitchell Kelly running it in for the TD. Here's the try for his fake, the 2 extra points, and attempt for the 2. Did not quite make it, so now the Bearcats are 1 touchdown and an extra point away from tying this game. It is 28 for Admiral King, 21 for Bedford. And all
scores.
21 points coming here in this 3rd quarter. No, 2 of the scores coming in.
Well, they scored right before the half, so they have scored. Right. They've scored 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes, Ron.
Yep.
I mean, for all but 2 minutes of the first half, it was all Admiral King, and since then, the wheels have fallen off, and they need to regroup. I thought the interception would have got them back on track and put the ball out at the 40, and they ran a couple plays and didn't get anywhere and got the penalty, which helped them. Gave them another 1st down, and then they fumbled it. And that was probably at least a 50-yard return?
At least. Seemed like it was a mix-up in the backfield.
Something.
Michael Taylor wound up getting the ball. Chris Kimbrough on the kickoff return. And finally
right now,
down
the
around the 30-yard line.
Here comes another flag. 2 flags. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Ron, I'm going to have to take a look, but I think the same guy threw both flags.
And the Bearcats are applauding.
And if we can see the replay, we'll see if the same guy threw both flags. But
now one came on the near
block
side.
In the back. At least it wasn't a personal foul, but we'll see one right here. Gets up.
There's the block in the back.
You can't see, but then the second flag, I wonder what he threw them both.
No. Yay. 1st and 10 for the Admirals, the ball back on their own 20-yard line.
And the Admirals have really come unglued here, Ron, and they're lining up wrong again. I mean, they just...
And a nice pass from Chad Hall into the hands of Vincent Lee. He is going down into the end zone for a touchdown. What a way to redeem yourself after really blowing it. Wow.
Well, you know, Ronnie ran a play in Bedford. Admirals lined up wrong, got on the other side of the field. This is the same play I think they scored the touchdown on the first pass, only this time they threw it to the tight end, who was wide open.
Vincent Lee scoring a touchdown on an intercepted pass defensively, and now scoring a touchdown offensively as the receiver.
And that was 75, 80? How long was that?
Well, from the 20-yard line, 80.
They have 2 touchdown passes in one game. That's got to be some sort of a record this year.
And that was a nice pass that
yes, it was. He laid it right. He laid it right over the shoulder.
Led him perfectly. Here's the try for the 2 extra points. Going into the end zone is Chris Kimbrough. He's got the 2. And the Admirals with some breathing room now as they lead by 15 points, 36-21.
That was a reverse, and Mr. Kimbrough carried it in, and is that Mad Dog on the horn?
No, Mad Dog is giving the instructions. He's walking there and he's giving the signal. Come on, let's go with that siren more than what you're doing.
He's going to have to come back and take it over. I thought he lived by that siren, but he's moved on to bigger and better things.
He's got an assistant now.
And with 44 minutes and 40 seconds left, we are not watching a soccer game, folks. It is football.
So again, can that be interpreted as 4 minutes and 40 seconds? We forget the first number?
I would assume.
Darius Smith kicking off for the Admirals. Brings it over to the near side. Picked up by the Bearcats' Raymond Mackin.
He's still running. And it's loose, and now the Admirals have it.
And indeed they do. A jubilant group of King Admiral football players.
You know, Ron, you talk about ebb and flow or momentum. Man, oh man. Admirals had it, gave it back to Bedford. Bedford had it, and in the last 30 seconds, they've given it back to the Admirals. I mean, this is all effort, Ron. The kid's trying to break one, and in the process of spinning and turning, we'll see when it comes loose. And the Admirals are just trying to tackle the ball, and here comes the helmet on it right there. That's what's going to knock that ball loose.
First and 10 for the Admirals on their own 46-yard line. And it's John Gerber tripped up. Otherwise, he'd have had some running room. Tripped up by Jarrell Hodge.
That's not a very big guy either, and he made a great defensive play there. As you said, Gerber would still be running. See him cut it up. Kid just laid on the ground and made the tackle.
Gain of 5 yards, second down and 5. The ball on the 49-yard line in Bearcat territory. Harrison in motion, gets the pitch from Chad Hall, breaks loose, he's got a first down. And finally wrestled at about the 34-yard line. And a flag. And that one is going to be against Bedford.
Unsportsmanlike.
That'll tack on another 15 yards. No doubt the Bearcats just a bit frustrated.
He might have, that one may be gone. Because he's pointing to the official, and we'll see if he gives the, nope, first down. We'll see if we see the end of this play run. But there's a case where the official is not following the ball. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, because that penalty was 15 yards down the field. And if you notice, it seems like the officials are very quick to get to the spot of the ball and get them apart. I mean, you really shouldn't have these kinds of issues, Ron, in Game 9.
Ball is on the 19-yard line, first and 10 for the Admirals. Harrison gets the handoff from Chad Hall. Harrison inside the 15-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards. That'll bring up a second and 5.
43 for the Admirals. John Gerber limping off the field. Two-way player. And with that 2-touchdown lead, that's a little, got a little more breathing room.
And if we can punch one more in, there will be a sigh of relief.
And we were there before, so you know.
want to be back there.
We were breathing pretty easy with 2 minutes left in the half. Nah. Delay a game. No timeout.
No timeout, Admiral King.
They beat the penalty.
We would like to take a moment again to thank our stadium sponsors, Century Tel, Fligner's Supermarket, Amfet's Post 47, Scorcher's Casual Eatery and Draft House, Jack Kelly Insurance, Visual Expressions, VFW Post 451, Jim Carney, County Engineer, Lormet Credit Union, Biggie's Pub, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the Lorain Port Authority, Yala's and Elisio's Pizza, Nielsen Jewelers, Jim Campana Incorporated, Giardini Cook, and Nicole Law Firm. Without our sponsors, this event tonight would not be possible. And a special thank you to Biggie's Pub and Scorchers for providing the refreshments here in the press box.
And we see Dr. DeAngelis handing out instructions, marching orders to his
lieutenants.
I was trying to think of I wanted to say inferiors, but that wouldn't be the right. Lieutenants. A good
lieutenants.
Term. I was going to say superiors, but
Captain Mad Dog and his 2 lieutenants. That'll work.
He'll like the Dr. Mad Dog. He'll like that. Captain.
Harrison again getting the pitch, breaking away from tacklers. He's in the end zone, touchdown. What a beautiful play and run by Anthony North and South Harrison.
That one was not quite southwest. He turns his shoulders, he turns the corner, and then he just breaks it straight south. You don't have to teach him which way the goal line is. He kind of gets there.
He's got a feel for it. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And I would imagine before all is said and done, he's going to have himself another 100-plus yard rushing night.
He had that in one play. Didn't he have 60-some in the first half? Broke one for 60, so I'm sure I'll check with the stats guys down the road.
Here the Admirals going for the 2. The pass. Oh, and a flag as they're coming in from all angles. A little bit of a face mask there.
That one's kind of hard not to.
I mean, that was as obvious could be.
And that's where you could hurt somebody. You know, you could.
I think in a play like that, they should just give him the 2 points.
He just turned him around.
Oh, my, that's.
Wow. That's what the weight room does for you, around with the stronger necks and the upper body muscles, and that's dangerous.
Half the distance to the goal. The ball now on the 1.5 yard line.
2-yard penalty.
1.5 yards.
Yeah.
Harrison again, the ball carrier, gets the handoff this time without any face mask grabbing. He's in the end zone for the 2. And the Admirals now with 44 points, just like they had last week against Warrensville Heights. That was the final score, 44. And we've got another quarter and a couple of minutes remaining in this ball game. 44-21 is our score. A reminder that we have some town hall meetings coming up with Dr. Cheryl Atkinson, Lorain City School Superintendent, CEO, open to the public, Tuesday, October 21st at 6 p.m. That one will be held at Tony Morrison Elementary School on the city's west side, and on Thursday, October 23rd, 6 p.m. at Longfellow Middle School on Lorain's east side. Again, the 21st and the 23rd, Tony Morrison on Tuesday, Longfellow Middle on Thursday, 6 p.m. both evenings. Refreshments will be provided. So give yourself an opportunity to meet the superintendent if you haven't already. Such a delightful, delightful lady. And bring your questions and concerns. It's your system. Kickoff picked up by Raymond Macon once again. And Macon gets the ball to the 40-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
Ron, unofficially, I got some stats from the reporters over there, and Anthony Harrison is at 160 plus.
160 plus.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll have a 200-yard game. Amazing.
Ron McDonald's puts out a sports magazine every Wednesday, and it covers pro sports and college sports in high school. And they always have Army Strong, they call them, and they have the top players. And he's been mentioned several times as the running back from Clearview.
Oh, a little bit of slipping and a tackle as Jarrell Hodge goes down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I think that was Mr. Clipper again, number 48, making the tackle, and number 99 comes to the sidelines for the
Dale Linder. Edwards in the shotgun, and a whistle.
Timeout, Admiral King.
The Admirals call a timeout. Again, 44-21 is our score. The Admirals on top. The Lorain Sports Hall of Fame is currently accepting applications for consideration for selection to the Hall of Fame. Applications and eligibility rules may be obtained online at www.lorainsportshalloffame, that's one word, lorainsportshalloffame.com. And you can also pick them up at the museum located at West 20th Street and Livingston Avenue, that's the St. Joseph Hospital building, or by contacting Ted Driscoll at 984-2802, 984-2802. Or contact Ron Feldkamp at 244-3449. That's 244-3449, or Bob Lasecki at 245-2829, 245-2829. Deadline for receipt of the applications is October 31st. That's my daughter's birthday, October 31st.
You know, I was looking down the sidelines. Their number 59 on the roster is Dale Linder. This roster needs some adjustments.
I think that's the only real adjustment. A little flea flicker here, and almost another interception. Vincent Lee could have had an opportunity. He should have had, yeah.
I think he thought the ball was going to float to him and over his head. And you'll see Campo out there talking to somebody.
He's talking to Chris Kimbrough right at the moment.
But I tell you, the quarterback or the wide receiver that threw that ball took a pretty good shot right after he let it go.
Yeah, tossing that ball was Curtis Reynolds.
Well, it's 3rd and 10.
Edwards back to pass, going far side and long, and incomplete in the hands and dropped by Antion Addison.
You got to believe that guy would make a wonderful defensive back. With his speed and his hands, he needs to be on the defensive side. That's what they say to defensive backs when they drop a ball. That's why you're not a wide receiver, son. That's why you're on this side of the ball. And again, that ball...
Of course, he might have come down had he caught the ball. I think it looked like he might have come down out of bounds.
Yeah, he still should have caught it, though. I mean, that's at least 3 that he's dropped. And they're going to punt.
Well, not necessarily. It's 4th down. Maybe they are.
They're in punt formation. They may not
Jarrell
punt,
Hodge is in deep punt formation, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And it's a short punt, but it takes a Bearcat bounce, and finally will be down on about the 33-yard line. So the Admirals, with halfway decent field position, have a 1st and 10 as this 3rd quarter seems to be winding down. This 3rd quarter has been filled with a lot of action.
Yes, it has. We've had a lot of scores. It was 28.
That too.
28-7. So we've had 5 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter?
Yes, indeed. 1st and 10 on the 33. Harrison in motion.
The handoff coming near side, Michael Taylor hangs on to the ball and tackled by Magby, Sakea Magby.
And if that clock is right, Ron, we're inside of a minute.
Gain of 4 yards on the play, 2nd down and 6. And I think the Admirals are going to let the clock run out.
I don't think they can. Well, they called it. They must have ended it because the clock says 37 seconds left.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score: Admiral King 44 and Bedford 21. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter right after this.
With nerves of steel, with incomparable courage, with determination and resolve, they go. And wherever and whenever they go, the USO will be there until every brow is soothed and every hand is held, until every battle's won and every song is sung, until everyone comes home.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital. I feel like a fish with no water.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Because even one attack is one too many.
4th and final quarter here at George Daniel Field. Ron Baccalar along with Barry Buck. Our cameraman, producer, and director is Joe Bach. The Admiral, King Admirals with the ball. And no gain on the play. The ball is on the 40-yard line. Well, yeah, a couple of yards on the play. 3rd down. And we'll make it a long 2. Chad Hall coming back on the field, getting the play from the bench. Daniel Soto, the center. The 2 guards are Ryan Garrison and Sheldon Ball, and a 3rd guard in the game is Jeff Akers. The tackles are Luther Bonilla and Andre James. The tight end is Rayshawn Morgan. And we have a timeout.
Admiral King.
Admiral King timeout.
They had a play, Ron. They were trying to draw Bedford offside, and when they didn't jump, they called timeout.
Got some information for you on Lorain's future. It's on the line. The facts about the Lorain City School levy. You know, it's been more than 16 years since the Lorain schools have asked for an increase in operating funding. In the past 2 years, the Lorain City Schools have made $10 million in cuts, including 300 positions and postponing the purchasing of new textbooks and critical classroom technology. The schools lowered the levy request to 4.9 mils to make it more affordable for residents. The 4.9 mil issue on the November 4th ballot is a necessity. The funds will be used for appropriate means. We urge you to get out and vote. Harrison in motion, gets the handoff. Harrison up the middle. It's going to be close.
And I don't know at this
point, I would say he did not get enough for the 1st down.
I don't know that I would punt it. If I can't get a yard. Oh, he gave it to him.
They're moving the chains.
Man.
Wow. Okay.
That sure didn't look like a 1st down, did it, Ron?
Not from our vantage point. Not from ours.
Or our disadvantage point, but
that definitely. Now I understand why when they do football at Cleveland Stadium, the announcer's booth is as high can be. Anthony Harrison, look at him go from south to north.
He's getting close to 200. He's zeroing in on it.
I'm telling you.
Got a nice block at the point there, and he made a nice cut, a spin, and got 15 extra yards after the first contact.
We'll say the ball on the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Another delay of game.
Delay of game is the situation. Yeah, there seemed to be a little bit of confusion as Chad Hall was going to explain to a couple of the players.
And he couldn't call a timeout because they don't have any more.
Well, the ball back now on the 41-yard line where it's 1st and 15. Chris Kimbrough in motion, gets the handoff, and he's going to pick up a 1st down and then some. He's going into the end zone. Touchdown.
Ron, they had him in the backfield or close to the backfield.
Yes, they did.
And when he turned the corner, it was all over.
One of the amazing things about number 3, Chris Kimbrough, he is so slippery.
Yeah.
I have seen in the 3 games that I've done of the Admirals here on TV 20 this season, he has had an opportunity to be tackled so many times and always manages somehow, some way to break away.
You know, I got to believe, Ron, if they didn't have Anthony, they didn't have Harrison, got to believe that Kimbrough would be quite a good running back, carrying the ball 30, 40 times a game.
The handoff is to Michael Taylor. He's in the end zone for the 2 extra points. And the Admirals now leading by a score of 52-21. And to think just a few moments ago, the Bearcats were within 7 points of tying the ball game. Now they are 31 points away.
The Admirals have, turned 3-4 touchdowns since that comeback by the Bearcats, and the wind's knocked out of them now, Ron. The best thing that can happen now is that clock could get the zeros. Because with the skirmishes that we've had and the misconduct penalties, you don't want anything, cheap or degrading here. There's an old Admiral King veteran, the David Fabian, and his father. Speaking of comebacks, Ron, I went to bed last night watching them put the tape up and open the champagne bottles. Now they had to take it all to Florida.
Now there's a squib that got away from quite a few Bearcats, finally picked up by Addison on the far side and found some running room as he brought it up to the 30-yard line. So the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10. Yeah, I kind of fell asleep when that game was Tampa Bay 7, Boston nothing, and I figured that's it.
Well, I saw
it's all over.
1 with Tampa, 2 outs.
Tampa and Philadelphia.
And you know, if they play, that World Series will be on the Lifetime channel. They won't even put it on major television because the networks, they don't want that. They want Boston or Chicago or LA, and now it's Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. They'll put it on the Oxygen channel or National Geographic or something. It won't be on the major channels. And I hope Philadelphia wins it just for Charlie. Charlie, one of the good old boys in baseball. Charlie Manuel.
Yes, indeed. Jarrell Hodge, the ball carrier, brings it up to the 36-yard line. Gain of 6 yards on the play. 2nd down, well, they're putting it closer to the 35. 2nd down and 5, gain of 5.
Well, you know, Rod, Tampa Bay went from the worst team in baseball to the best team in 1 year. So that gives hope to a lot of teams that can do that.
And after seeing that Boston won that game last night, I thought shades of last year.
Yep, down, there he goes, breaking it. Look out.
Jarrell Hodge won't go down. Finally, Chris Kimbrough manages to get him down to the ground.
I tell you, Ron, if you look at the running backs on both sides, they're not brought down on the initial tackle. Neither one. He carried him for 5 yards. I think the Admirals are doing a little free substitution here and getting some of their younger kids in it, but again, you got to be careful because you have an undefeated JV team. They play tomorrow morning. They got to drive to Bedford. Got to be careful, but you don't want to embarrass anybody. You're up 30 points, so
Ball is on the Admiral King 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Edwards keeping it. Gets up to the 40. That'll be a gain of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6.
Well, you know, Ron, we have a possibility going into week 9 of 3 Lorain County teams being undefeated. Avon, Clearview, and Amherst. 3 teams in the county at 8-0 as of earlier today.
Southview Saints will be playing tomorrow, traveling to Warren to take on Warren John F. Kennedy. The Saints 1-7 on the season. Warren JFK 2-6. So let's hope that Coach Todd Alville and his Saints can pick up another win tomorrow night.
They were all in mass here tonight, and I'm sure all the Admiral King Scout coaching staff will be in Warren tomorrow night. Their quarterback is hurt, Ron.
Yes, indeed, and Bruce Edwards.
He's played a pretty good game on both sides of the football, and he's a 12th grader, so let's hope he's able to come back next week and finish out his season.
Wayne Matthews, the freshman, now in at quarterback. Matthews from the shotgun, running with the ball, still on his feet, breaking away, and there's a flag as Matthews takes the ball into the end zone, but we do have a flag back on the 30.
And he fumbled the ball on the goal line. They called it a touchdown, but it's coming back.
And one of the Admirals getting up very slowly.
We'll see the play here, Ron. See if we can see the block in the back or the clip. Oh, there's a hold right there, number 2. And then we'll see the
Vincent Lee grabs
fumble.
a hold.
That ball
knocks
goes
the ball
flat
loose
before he gets into the end zone, I thought.
Yeah.
But it goes out of bounds, so it's still there. No, they call that a touchdown. Admirals have it in the end zone. I don't know how that's a touchdown. It looked like the ball came loose before he got to the goal line.
All for naught, however, as the ball comes back to the 44-yard line.
We'll see it here again. See where the ball comes loose, Ron. He's on the 5. Now he's on the 5. That ball's loose before
right there. Oh yeah, he's not in the end zone with that ball.
No, I don't know how they could have called that a touchdown. That
2nd down and 10.
Oh,
and Edwards back in at quarterback as Jarrell Hodge gets the handoff.
Well, I would think that I'd leave that young quarterback in there. He just went 50 yards for a touchdown. I'm not for naught, but he had a very nice run. Now, if you're Bedford, you just kind of want to get out of this and run the ball and get back on the bus and regroup for game 10 and try to get to a 5-5 season. I don't know who they play next week, but try to get to 5-5.
Gain of 9, 3rd down and 1. Hodge again, the ball carrier, picks up the 1st down. Ball is on the 33-yard line in Admiral King territory. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. 52-21 our score. The Admirals on top by 31.
We've seen a lot of points in this stadium this year, Ron. We had a game of Southview where it was over 100.
Edwards on the keeper. Finally brought down from behind by Chris Kimbrough.
And another flag. Now he just threw somebody out. 77.
Big 77.
He tossed, somebody's gone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bearcats and ejected.
And you know, Ron, that just comes. The officials are getting frustrated. They're tired of telling them and tired of throwing flags, and evidently that's not working. So let's just get rid of somebody.
Ivan Blackman, 340 pounds, 6'3" tackle, number 77.
And he's a senior, so we'll see the bottom of the screen here. Now, does that warrant, you know?
I think possibly because of the officials having warned both teams and talked to the captains and said enough is enough, we're not going to tolerate
They
anymore.
might have said the next flag is gone. You know, that's it, we're done.
Yeah. And now you can see the officials talking to the Admiral King players.
And the referee is talking to the Bedford coach, because that young man's season is over.
The Bearcats, though, have the first down, 1st and 10 on the Admiral King 30. Hodge, the ball carrier. Gain of 4 yards on the play. The ball is on the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Quentin Watson on the tackle, 5'10", 310. I think the coach, somebody just got a flag over there. That's on the coach.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench.
Been a long time since I've seen one of those in football. You know, this game may not have been the best officiated game, but when you're losing by 31, you really don't have a whole lot to complain about. The officiating is not going to put you 31 points in the, you know, in the hole. Which one of these 7 touchdowns has been my fault, Coach? That's what you'd like to say to him as an official.
It's now 2nd down and 21 for the Bearcats. Edwards with the ball, wrestled down at the 40, a gain of a yard. That'll be 3rd down and 20.
You know, Ron, and unlike basketball where eventually the official's going to get near that coach sometime in the rotation, here the guy that's going to get his ear bent is the line judge on that side. And he's not the one that ejected the player or threw him out, but he had evidently heard enough. That's the Popeye rule, Ron. I can't stands no more. He Popeyed him. I learned that from a basketball coach. Teed him up. He said, what was that? He said, that's the Popeye rule. I can't stands no more. I've heard. That's it. I'm done.
Right on, Olive Oil.
The Popeye.
Enough from you, Brutus.
Yep, I've heard enough. I can't stands no more.
Edwards now back to pass, looking for a receiver. Connects with number 24, Sequoia Magby. And into the end zone he goes. Instant replay here by the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. All alone. Missed tackle
and just runs away from the Admiral King defenders. 52-27 our score now, with the Bearcats attempting the extra point.
This is getting close to a basketball score, Ron.
Anthony Miller will attempt the extra point kick unless we see a fake, and we're not. The kick is in the air, and it is wide to the left.
If the clock's right, Ron, we have 4:44 left.
Joe was commenting about how fast the first half went, and this second half, we're making up for the quick first half, Joe. You know, that 4.9 issue 20 or 38 on the November 4th ballot, we indicated that the funds will be used. Well, they're going to be used to supply our students with updated textbooks, technology, and the tutoring and educational support that the students need from failing. It will continue to improve safety and security in the buildings and discipline in the classroom. It will be used to keep good quality teachers from leaving the district, and it will provide programs for students who need advanced classes, cultural education, and athletic services. This is truly about the City of Lorain's future by improving our schools, and this issue will help keep increasing graduation rates and stop students from failing, ensure that our schools can give students the skills they need to succeed in the workforce so that we can keep jobs in Lorain, and to make Lorain safer to attract businesses and families. Without this issue, the district will have to cut an additional $2 million from the budget and would risk being taken over by the state of Ohio. So November 4th is the day you want to go and vote. Onside kick grabbed by the Admirals. They'll have excellent field position, 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line.
And Ron, it looks like we got a whole bunch of new numbers.
Yes, we do.
On the offense, I see number 73, Andrew Dolan. See if I can get some other numbers out there.
Number 25 is out there, Darius Smith. Number 80 is coming onto the field, Kenny Rice.
74 is Vincent Tench. No, it's a wrong school, sorry.
William Silos, number 10, is going to be the quarterback.
Angel Martinez is number 74, a sophomore.
Number 4, Peter Rufo, is split wide to the near side. In motion is number 17, Anthony President.
And that was a miscommunication there, and number 10,
William Silos.
To keep the ball himself. See if we can get some of the other numbers there, Ron, while we're at it. Number 12.
We already mentioned 12.
Yes,
that's
okay.
Luis Mendez.
Hard to see the linemen's numbers.
Yes.
We'll try to get some of them as we go.
Silos pitches to number 17, Anthony President, coming near side. He's going to be wrestled out of bounds.
We have a number 70 on the field, but no 70 on the roster.
Number 60 is out there. Number 60 is Devon Williams.
And now one of the problems that you run into, Ron, when you free substitute like this, it's almost impossible to get your second punt team out there.
Angel Martinez is the center, number 74. 3rd down and 11 for the Admirals.
That's what
you
need.
Whoa, and we're going to have a first down. Wow.
You know, I saw all the starters running over here grabbing their helmets, and Campo said, get ready to punt, and they broke it for a first down. And
Darius Smith picks up the first down for the Admirals all the way to the Bearcats' 39-yard line.
That should do it. I mean, the Admirals should be able to run this out.
Great play.
Yep.
73, we see Andrew Dolan. And the pitch this time coming to Luis Mendez on the far side. Mendez breaks away from tacklers, picks up a first down for the Admirals.
And the Admirals, their second line is pretty good size. Ron, if you look out there, got some big boys out there, and we'll see them carrying the ball in motion and a nice kick out block. And 25 didn't have anybody to block for a while. And Bedford still has their starters in, number 8.
Number 67 out there for the Admirals, and no 67 on the roster. Number 40 came into the ball game, Josh Brinson.
You know,
a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield.
Well, I got to tell you, Rhonda, the quarterback had to tell him where to stand, so it's almost like you got to get over here if I'm going to give you the ball.
No gain, 2nd and 10. The ball is on the 19-yard line. Peter Rufo split wide to the near side. In motion is Luis Mendez. And right up the middle, now breaking to the near side. Out of bounds. And that should be another first down for the Admirals, first and goal.
That definitely wasn't designed. Again, we'll see him muff the, and he got a nice block. Rufo came down and gave him a nice block. But I think he kind of mishandled that ball and said, oh, I better run out here. We'll see Rufo got in the way there, and he's not quite the north-south runner that Anthony Harrison is, but it's first
William
and goal.
Silos picks it up. First and goal for the Admirals. Ball is on about the 6-yard line. Silos, the quarterback. And into the end zone.
I think everyone was expecting a penalty. I think they were looking for a motion penalty, and everyone just kind of stopped. And
yeah.
And you know, Ron, that's a catch-22 there. Do you let your kids score, or do you just get out of this without embarrassing anybody?
We talked about that last week. The
now
point is these youngsters...
Oh, they're bringing him the ball.
These youngsters are coming into the ball game for their first opportunity, maybe in a long time, to play some varsity football.
The last play of the game.
That was it.
That's it.
They won't even attempt the extra point or points. All right, so our final score is Admiral King 58, Bedford 27. Barry and I will be back to wrap it all up right after this timeout.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
No doubt, but a very impressive victory by the part of the Admiral King Admirals coming into this ball game 5-2. They are now 6-2 on the season, and as we pointed out, Barry, if they could win tonight's game against Bedford, which obviously they have, and next week, again, a crosstown rivalry game, you can throw out the records, you could throw out all the stats, and it's going to be the team who really wants it to win that game. And if it should be the Admirals, it will be their first winning season of this caliber in 21 years. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Ron, we stated as we in the beginning, whoever started out fast was probably going to go, and the Admirals jumped up 28-0, and they let Bedford back in the ball game. They had about a 5 or 6 minute lapse there, and then just turned it around and it was all Admirals the second half of the third quarter into fourth quarter.
Well, the Bearcats, as you pointed out, Barry, got that touchdown and the 2 extra points just as the first half was coming to an end. So the locker room score was 28-8, and then Bedford came back like it was no tomorrow in that third quarter, pulling to within 7 points of the Admirals. And then the Admirals said, hey, enough is enough. And now victorious over Bedford by 31 points, and that a big, big, big score, 58-27. Next week it is a game that you and Jay Ferguson will be doing here at George Daniel Field on Saturday afternoon on TV 20, the Admirals and the Southview Saints. What can we look forward to in that game?
Well, as you stated a couple minutes ago, Ron, all the records are out the door, all of anything that's going on so far this season. When you play backyard rivalry like that, you have no idea what's going to happen. The Admirals, on paper, should win that game. The Saints have a good chance of winning tomorrow night. They're playing a team that's 2-6. You never know. You're on the road 2 hours away. Saturday afternoon, you never know what happens. That's why they play the game.
All right, again, a very impressive win by the Admirals. Some great, great performances by quarterback Chad Hall, running back Anthony Harrison, Vincent Lee offensively and defensively, catching a pass, intercepting a pass for touchdowns, and, of course, Chris Kimbrough, what can you say? The most slippery back that I've seen in a long time as he can evade tacklers. A great job by the Admirals. So until next Saturday on TV 20 when it's the Admirals and the Saints here at George Daniel Field. For my partner tonight, Barry Buck, our cameraman, producer, and director, Joe Bach, I'm Ron Bachelor. Good night, everyone.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.